Hello and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. Today we have another look at an oldie. It is the Pyro Bugatti Atalante Coupe, part of their tabletop series from in 1 to 32. We have a beautiful picture on top and then a bit more about Bugatti and then a description of what is in the box. We will have a look at that once we get down to the table cam. But before we do go down to the table cam, I suggest we have a quick look at the history of this particular kit. Should be interesting, so I'll meet you there. Right, here we are with the Pyro Bugatti Atalante Coupe. And you can see it is listed as 1966 new tool. New tool doesn't mean it was, well, I think it was the first car in this series, because if you look at the extended history, it shows this one as the first car, which would be this one, the Grand Prix series from SMEC. I don't think that has anything, looking at that, I don't think this has anything to do with our Atalante. Here it's also a learn on its timeline, so I think we can forget about that and can say that ours is the first in a series, followed by this one. Obviously the upper body looks different, no doubt about that, but as far as the frame, wheels, etc. is concerned, this could very well be part of this series, which is from also from Pyro, so that would explain that. And then we have this one in here, which is from Life Hobby Kits. Also doesn't exist anymore for some time. And this is a 1970 whatever edition, we're not quite sure which year. And also built on that Pyro kit. So that is it, the rather interesting history of the Pyro Bugatti Atalante Coupe. And there doesn't appear to be any other Atalante around. In that scale anyway, and that's pretty cool. Or is there? Should we just type in Atalante and see what it comes up with? No. Bugatti Royale and Bugatti Atalante. Here we go. Let's have a look at that. All right, and 143 metal. Okay, yeah, but that has very little to do with what we do. So there's one around in 143 metal. Very interesting. And Bugatti detail and conversion kits. So yeah, as far as plastic kits are concerned, this appears to be the one and only. So if you get it, maybe you should hold on to it. Anyway, let's go down to the bench and see what is actually in the box and if it is worth having it. Because if you are like me and you plan to build these kits, that obviously can make a difference. So I'll see you down at the bench. Right, and here we are with the tabletop series from Pyro, the Bugatti Atalante Coupe. Right over here. So let's have a quick look at the side of the box if you haven't seen it. Upstairs gives you a little bit about Ettore Bugatti. There's just basically, here it says it is sparkling blue or red and clear plastic parts, completely detailed custom body, fine engine and interior detailing, a perfect copy of a very unusual 125 miles an hour car, which is fantastic. So let me just quickly you in a second. Now, as we have seen, this kit is a 1966 kit. So keep that in mind when we have a look at the parts. As you can see, I haven't had that open yet. I ordered it for you. And it really stuck. But I can see this hasn't been opened for some time. But we will get there. Here we go. We managed. Pretty cool. Wow, this was on there. We have the instruction sheet. We have all the parts, and as we have seen with other kits of this vintage, stuff is just falling off sprues. And that's okay, because they are old kits, they are allowed to. And the transparent parts are just chucked in there with the normal plastic. Now we get to that here in a minute. Let's have a quick look at the instruction sheet. Tabletop series from Pyro, and this is the instruction. This is it. There's not more. No, if you're waiting for more, it's not coming. Gives you a bit of a description of what everything is, and then it tells you how to get the engine together, spare tires and stuff, seat, and wheels right over here. So not particularly complicated, certainly not an in-detail instruction sheet, but that is what you were expected to get along with in 1966, and I'm sure we will. Right, parts, we have a couple of parts floating around. We have this seat arrangement, which actually has some structure on it. Texture is the word I was looking for. Pretty nice. We have engine cover one side there, so you could possibly build it with an open engine cover. We have, I would say, the back side of the spare wheel. It's probably a fair guess. We have a fender cover for the rear. If I have to guess, that's what that is. We have another engine cover right over here. We have the front part of the spare wheel holder. Sure, this goes together like this. No location pins. You were expected to find your location by yourself, and surely lots of people did. Then we have an axle with a steering mechanism, rudimentary. So that's the front axle. We have another cover right over here, and then parts which might have been broken off either from the screw or from other parts, so I'll leave them in here if some repairs need to be made. Then let's have a look at the sprues, shall we? Some of them very quick, because the only thing on this sprue is the exhaust, which is right over here. They had these Bugattis were these very low capacity 8 cylinders, very small cylinders, but they were just light, fast, nimble cars, which was the reason they could keep up in Grand Prix races, especially on the street courses. They were very, very good. Then we have a sprue with wheels. Here we go. This is what the wheels look like. Quite interesting indeed. Right. Then we have another sprue right over here. This has one inch and a half. Didn't see the other one. Oh yeah, it's in there with the loose parts. We have here, you have the dashboard. So there is steering wheel next to it, some pedals, light buckets right over here. Here we have valve covers. Bugatti had these straight, very straight, non-rounded valve covers, so that every normal worker in his factory could kind of build it. And yeah, that's about it. Looks like an axle, maybe some steering mechanism, and that's about it. And then we had the frame, which we see over here. Beautiful, beautiful made. Like with the little fenders right over there. Yeah, I like that a lot. I really do like that a lot. And then the drivetrain right over here, especially the differential, has been molded into the frame there. And then last but not least, whatever is left, which is this iconic part of the Atalante body. It is a beautiful, beautiful car. 132, you get an idea of the size. Look at my hand. And yeah, that's about it. Not too shabby, Knight. Not too shabby at all. I actually, oh yeah, the clear parts. Sorry, man. Nearly forgot about those. See, there's some window, some front window. I'm not quite sure. There's rear windows, I would assume. And the others are probably kind of lights. There's the front lights right over here. And there are another 2 front lights. So I get the feeling we might have more than enough. Because this looks like normal racing windows. So if you want to build a racing version, I don't think so. And then there's a clear part which says Bugatti. Very nice. So if you want to display it, you can use that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you find in the box of the Pyro Bugatti Atalante Coupe. I like these old kits, as you know. So it's not quite as detailed as that Airfix Alfa Romeo, which I showed you before, but still a nice kit. It is a lovely car, never mind a nice kit. That painting scheme on there, that's very interesting. Not sure I'd go with that. But anyway, so let's go back up and let's have last thoughts on this. See you there. And here we are, back on top with the Pyro Bugatti Atalante Coupe. As we have seen, possibly the only plastic model kit of the Atalante, which is fantastic. I mean, oh, that's very exciting. I wasn't aware of that. We saw the 133 metal kit, which is around. But yeah, the kit obviously not prolifically detailed compared to the 3 years later released 1933 Alfa Romeo from Airfix, which is, I'm still amazed about that kit. But it is a very nice kit, a very lovely car. You can make it very nicely, I'm sure you can. And for a tabletop model, I think it ticks all the boxes. So if you get one, and these generally are very cheap because the guys do not consider them good kits, forgetting that they are from the mid-60s. Well, if you like that kind of car, you won't find any other, so I suggest to get it, and they're normally cheap, so you should be all right there. And have fun with it. I really do recommend these old kits, these 132 kits. I got a couple, I built a couple, and had lots of fun. I really enjoyed that. Right, guys, and that's all I have to say about that. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend, and greetings from Cape Town. Cheers.